Welcome to the third ever episode of Let's Get Podcast. Tonight we're going to be talking about modern gaming through the eyes of retro gamers. So tonight, it's just me and Andrew. We're actually in my house for a change.
Yep.
So, hey Andrew.
Hello.
And me, Eric. I'm the host of the show.
Let's hope a podcast with only two people works.
Let's get hoping. Well, what are you drinking there?
I'm drinking a beer.
What kind of?
Duchess de Bourgogne.
Hey, I'm drinking that same beer.
It's because you gave me some.
Dude, I didn't say you could have some of that.
Oh, well.
Well, I guess we're drinking some. Well, cheers to that then. Here you go.
Absolutely.
Cheers. Damn, that's going to be loud.
You edit that out.
Liquid courage.
Yeah.
Did you say edit that out?
Yeah, just edit out the clink.
No, I'm gonna keep it. So Andrew, what have you been playing this video games this week?
I've been playing Dead Island.
Oh.
And
Island.
It's not that exciting, really.
Oh.
It's pretty good, but I was, I don't know, having played an assload of Left 4 Dead over the last few years, something about it, I compare it to Left 4 Dead, and it doesn't compare. But it is good. It's
Nothing
good.
compares.
That's right.
So.
Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
Sorry.
And the Portal 2 DLC just came out, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. But
Nice. I actually
Haven't tried
didn't
that
know
yet.
anything about that. What's the deal?
yeah, it's just some more co-op maps.
Nice.
And then a new time trial mode or something like that.
Dude, we got to finish those. We barely
We
started
do.
playing those.
Well, I finished them.
Well, you didn't finish them with me.
No.
Guess what, Andrew? You're off the podcast.
What have you been
I
playing?
won't be doing that. Oh, dude, I gotta sneeze. Sorry, man. I had to, but maybe not. All right. There we go. So, Andrew, why don't you ask me what I've been playing?
I just did. What have you been playing?
Oh, thanks for asking. I've been playing this video game. It's called Catherine. Or Catherine.
Isn't that the pornographic game?
It's not pornographic.
Oh.
You just wish it was.
I've heard it's pornographic.
It's really not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard that too, but it's actually really not. I mean, it's an adult game. You know, it's she's scantily clad, but you don't see any boobie. Well, I guess. Well, not really. It's not that bad. Anything,
Well, then I'm not playing that one.
well, anything you've heard about
I've been
it's-
promised boobies.
Yeah. Have you? Well, all right. Well, just go in with it with a clean slate, and you'll be okay. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a puzzle game. It's basically a puzzle game, but I mean, you know, there's also, like you were saying before, you thought it was an RPG. I mean, I guess there's kind of like those elements
Is
to
it puzzle like Professor Layton puzzle game?
No,
Oh.
It's straight puzzle, whatever. So you move these big ass cubes and you try and get them. You set them up like stairs, kind of, to like climb up this big obstacle. You're constantly climbing up, and this all happens in the dream world. So in the real world, what's going on is like your girlfriend. You know, her maternal clock is clicking. Ticking things. We've been drinking. So it's ticking. She wants to get married. So then you start having these nightmares about her wanting to get married. And then the nightmares, they're all kind of like, everything translates, you know, from real life into this nightmare. So the whole time you're always trying to climb up. It doesn't matter what the nightmare is. You're always trying to climb up. So you try and push the blocks in such a way that you can get up there. And there's a lot of different obstacles. And you've got to be really creative with like the way that you put them. Because otherwise you're not going to put them.
That is not at all what I would have expected.
Yeah,
from that game.
no, not at all. And then, so, like, you know, stuff happens, like, there's, like, bosses, and one of the bosses will be, like, her in a wedding dress, and she's like, man, we gotta get married, and she, like, kills you.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, like, he finds out that finds out that she's pregnant, and then, like, a big demonic baby's chasing you.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, but you spend most of your time when you're not in a dream, like, trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and, like, there's this story going around that, like, you could die in your dreams, and this is kind of like a big thing on the news now. There's, like, all these people that are dying, all these males that are dying in their sleep, and they always have, like, this agonized face on their, you know, face. And so you're just trying to find out what's...
So it's like Nightmare on Elm Street.
It is.
Okay.
It kind of...
It's like a romantic comedy mixed with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes. It's
awesome.
It's a puzzle, horror, RPG-ish video.
So when they make the Catherine movie,
No.
who will play Catherine?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to see that movie.
Oh, okay.
Because actually there's two Catherines.
Will Marky Mark be in the movie?
Yes.
Awesome. Then I'll see it.
Hey, we need to talk about that. Remember the Marky Mark thing we were talking
Oh,
about?
yeah.
So No, this is dumb. I don't even remember how it went.
This has no place in the podcast.
Human Centipede.
Yeah.
Put it.
I'm just saying, if there was a Human Centipede with Christian Bale, Tim Robbins, and Marky Mark in it, be the best movie ever made.
But which one would be in the front?
The one in the front?
Yeah.
Tim Robbins.
Who'd be in the middle?
That would have to be Marky Mark.
And who'd be in the back?
Christian Bale.
Who's left? Oh, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. He'd
And
be in the
why?
back because he can take it.
Because he can take
Right.
it like a champ.
That's right.
If anyone...
He's
can
devoted.
He's destroyed his body multiple times for movies.
That's right.
So he can handle it. He can handle
getting pooped in the mouth.
Getting pooped in the
He
mouth.
can handle that.
And Marky Mark's a bit bigger. And then we got Tim Robbins. He's in the front. And he's
in the front because he can't take it.
I forgot where we were going with that.
I don't know.
Oh, video games. Oh, Catherine.
Is that it? Just Catherine?
Well, that's mostly what I've been playing. Would I have anything else to say about that? I don't know. You just spend a lot of time like drinking in the bar, and like the more that you drink, the faster you move in your dreams that night.
Wow.
So it's just really weird. I mean, there's a lot to the game. Like when you're in the bar, you can actually play this game called Rapunzel, which is exactly like the actual game, but it's like a video game version of the game.
So it's like a practice.
It's so meta.
Wow.
It's not like practice. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, but like it's actually I found it a lot harder. I think I only got to like level 5, and I'm still like almost through the game. I just kept messing up, and you only get 3 lives, and then you can't play it for the rest of the night.
Wow.
Yeah, because you don't have that much money because you're a bum. Anyway, so Catherine, I've been enjoying it. It's a very weird game. It's actually like I go into this game store every week, and this guy, he sees me, and he was like, "Oh, hey man, you got to check out this game or whatever." So like he was sitting there talking to this guy, and then he saw me walk. Okay. So then he saw me walk in, and he's like, "Oh, you like weird games?" And he hands me that. I'm like, "You got my number." Because he's like, "It's basically like, I don't know, it's like a dating sim puzzle horror." I'm like, "You got me.
Yeah.
Give me the damn game. I want to play it." But it's actually not a dating sim at all. I mean, you do make choices in the game that impact the story. Like, it'll just be a simple this or that, and then it changes the impact of this. I mean, there's 8 different endings, I think.
So, like, the baby level, that's based on whether earlier in the game you went rubber or not.
Yeah, that's right. Very good. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I guess that's that.
Yeah. I have nothing to say about Dead Island. It's what you would expect. There's zombies, and you hit them with bats.
Do they, like, play steel drums or anything?
No.
No.
I find
Tropical Island.
It's the game is very much a mix of like Fallout and I guess Left 4 Dead or something is or the mall zombie game. Why can't I think of the name of it?
Because it's Dead Rising.
Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like Fallout meets Dead Rising.
Okay.
There's not a ton of zombies in it. Like the most you'll ever deal with at a time is like 4 maybe. Unless you like run through a whole bunch of them and like have them chasing you and like pick up a bunch.
Are they fast zombies?
They're kind of middle speed zombies. They're like humans running. They're not like superhuman fast. Zombies.
Okay.
But they're not like slow, gangly zombies.
Yeah.
There's some that are and some that aren't. Like some are fast and some are slow.
Oh.
And then there's like, as a total ripoff from Left 4 Dead, there's like special zombies that are like way stronger. I've only run across one type right now. He's like, I forget what he's called, but he's just like really huge.
Big one.
Yeah, a big one. Not like a tank from Left 4 Dead big,
okay.
but like, I don't know, like Marky Mark big.
Oh, yeah, okay. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah,
and they come out and
every time you run into them, there's at least like 3 other zombies there. That must be the Funky Bunch.
and then they...
But no, I mean, it's a good game. It's just, I don't know, the plot is kind of boring. There's not much to it. I mean, it's very Fallout style where you run across people and they give you missions to accomplish, and then when you accomplish them, you get experience. And, the most annoying thing I find is that your weapons degrade. So like, if you're bashing zombies with your bat starts to break. And so like, you put money into upgrading your weapons. Like you can add like, you can put like nails at the end of your bat and shit like that. But then like, your bat degrades. So like, you spend all this time like running out, beating up a bunch of zombies, and then you come back to your like base camp and you have to repair all your weapons. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of tedious to have to do crap like that constantly. Like constantly repairing your weapons and dealing with that kind of thing. It's just, I kind of wish that part of the game wasn't there because it just feels like a chore.
Oh. So if you get all the way down to degrading it to the
if
point
you
where
break the weapon,
it's
it's
you
gone.
can't fix it. Got it. Okay.
It's gone. So you have, and then the more degraded it is, the more it costs to fix it. So like, you have to like rotate weapons. So like I have like 5 different weapons that I use and I just rotate through them so that they all degrade evenly so that it doesn't cost me so much money to repair them. It's just kind of annoying to have to deal with that kind of stuff. I would wish they'd come up with a slightly less tedious system. Yeah. Like I don't mind the repairing thing so much. I just wish they didn't have to do it constantly.
Yeah.
Like, basically every mission As soon as you're done, you have to fix all your weapons.
Balls.
Yeah, any longer mission anyway.
Wow.
So it's but it is fun. Bashing in zombies' heads is fun, and you get like special moves and stuff, and like you can like develop. There's like a skill tree, and you can develop skills where you could like the guy I'm using can like knock zombies. So like when you're running, you can just charge through a group of them, they all fall down, and then like later you get I just got a skill where you can like when they're laying on the ground, you can stomp on their head and just smash their head in. And stuff. Yeah, it's fun,
brutal.
It's just good old fashioned zombie slaying fun, but there's just nothing interesting about it.
It's good, but it sucks.
It doesn't suck. It's just I can't get excited about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to check it out, so thanks for saving me on that. Is it worth checking out?
It's worth checking out.
Okay.
When you can get it cheaper.
Okay. All right. Well, I will get it when it's cheaper then.
Or buy it used, or borrow it from somewhere or something. I'll borrow Catherine. You borrow Dad.
Sweet. Hey, yeah, we should switch them out. Well, I got to play through it 8 times, so
Catherine?
8 endings.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working that into a video that might be coming out soon, or will have come out by the time you hear this. Depending on how fast I get this edited. Anyway.
Yeah.
So actually, on that note, speaking of things to do with videos, just got the Mega Man Legends review out. It's been positive. I've got tons of views when it was on Blip TV, so when it was on RetroWare, and then now it's on YouTube, and it's in the couple 1,100, 1,200, whatever range or something like that. So
we know it's just you watching it over.
It is, damn. I just change accounts. I have like 1,000 accounts.
He watches his own videos and masturbates vigorously.
Hey! Now we don't need to tell him the truth. No, but I mean it went up pretty well, and actually it went up on the 100,000 strong for bringing back Mega Man Legends 3. I was gonna put it on there myself, and actually I did, and like right after, no one cared. And then shortly after I did, someone else did, and I wish I remember their name. Hey, thanks for doing that.
Thank you. Because that game should be made.
Agreed, right?
Yes, or completed, or whatever the hell the status is these days.
Fix. Done. Make it.
I want to play it.
I want to play it.
I want people to be able to play it. I probably won't play it.
Shut up. Capcom listens to this. They're going to be like, oh, there's one less sale. They won't make it.
Damn it.
So,
edit that out.
Oh, I won't. And so I was just going to say, hey, guys, I said, why don't you guys let us know what you want to hear? And also, questions and answers. FAQ or something.
Well, questions.
Questions, and send us your answers. Just send us a question with the answer in it.
Or maybe we can ask a question, they can answer it.
Why is the sky blue? The ocean. Why did I read that? Why did I even put that in the show? All right. So, no, if you would like to send us any questions or suggestions for the show...
You can send us answers, too. We'll try to come up with the questions.
You're off the podcast. So you could send those to letsget047 at gmail.com.
That's LETSGET 047 at GMAIL.com.
How do you spell dot?
DOT.
Oh.
But don't when you're putting it in, don't put the DOT. Oh, okay. Put a dot.
.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dot, yeah.
In
case you've never sent email before.
Okay. Well, anyway, I did.
What's this Gmail thing?
A lot of people don't.
MALE.
Gmail. Gmail. Gilgamesh.
Gmail. It's a porn site with gangsters.
Gspot. .mail. / this podcast sucks. Okay. So send it. Oh. Ding, ding, ding. Round whatever.
Yeah, that's all. That's all there's going to be.
Yeah, pretty much. So send us things.
It's Louis C.K., isn't it?
Yeah.
Alex's favorite thing to do now. Well, one of his favorites.
Reyes.
Oh, tapping the foot. Yeah. Is Louis C. We watched this Louis C.K. thing about how when you give kids are like all hopped up on sugar and candy all the time. They don't eat normal food anymore. So he's like, you give them an apple and they're like, this tastes like paper. Yeah. So then the next day Alex was eating an apple. I'm like, does that taste like paper? And he was all confused. And then Jen started laughing. So then he thought, oh, that's funny. So like everything he eats now, he's like, this tastes like paper. It's been going on for like 3 weeks.
That's awesome. You should give him paper.
Yeah.
And he'll be like,
this tastes like
paper?
Paper.
Oh, kids.
What you been eating?
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn, I got something to talk about with that.
Okay. Enough about video games. What you been eating?
Oh, I'll tell you what I've been eating. I went to this place called the Euclid. EUCLID. Is that how you say it?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
It's downtown, right?
Yeah. So me and Josh went down there, and we got beers. They've got an awesome beer list.
that.
And then I got my appetizer was going to be, it's like pad thai, but instead of noodles, it's actually slices of pig ear.
That sounds disgusting.
It was a little gross.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't gross, but it's just like the texture is like, like when you get sesame chicken and they put it on those white crispy noodles?
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, like, it's exactly like that. Like, the same texture and stuff. It basically just absorbs the flavor. And, like, they put way too much fish sauce on it or something. It was, like, definitely stinky.
No, what you were tasting and smelling was the pig ears.
Oh, pears. My bad. Oh, gross, yeah. So, had that, and then Josh had some kind of regular-ass sandwich. And then I had duck poutine, which was very good. If you don't...
Duck poontang?
Poontang. Duck poontang. Gross. Wow. No, but you know what poutine is, yeah?
No.
Okay, so it's a Canadian dish. If you like the Epic Meal Times, you'll see that they've eaten poutine before multiple times. So it's basically French fries, cheese curds, gravy, and stuff. And the stuff
awesome.
on this one happened to be duck, and it was very good.
That sounds good.
It was delicious. It was hearty. It was wholesome, and well, it wasn't wholesome, but it was hearty, and it just was like comfort food, And then I had we ate a bunch of sausages after that. We had some like really fancy ass sausage. I don't remember what it was, but then we tried blood sausage, which was very cheap and had me worried because of the name of it. But seriously, it looks like the casing for the sausage, like you normally would picture it. Inside, it really looks like they just put like bone meal in there and just poured blood on it or something, and it's just red. It's like blood red, obviously. And so when you cut it open, it's got the consistency of cake.
Wow.
Very bizarre. It's
That
like a
sounds
muffin or a
disgusting.
cake or a cupcake or something. But the flavor is like Christmas. It tastes like
It's like
nutmeg.
Like,
tastes like
I
nutmeg.
was going to say it's like cinnamony
Yeah,
or something.
it's like
Oh.
nutmeg cinnamony. It was actually really good.
Wow.
Delicious.
I don't know if I could be convinced to try it.
And then cheese. We had fried cheese curds also.
Nice.
So that was good.
I don't think I've eaten anything interesting.
Oh, I had shepherd's pie the other night too for the first time. That was really good.
Yeah, I don't think I've
It's
had
not
a lot
really
of Qdoba
pie.
lately. That's not exciting though.
Wait, didn't they? Oh, soda.
Oh yeah, the Qdoba. I do have something to talk about. Only it's
Hey.
more about drinking.
Do you have something to talk about to do with drinking?
Yes, kind of. The Qdoba by my place put in this new
Soda
Coke,
fountain.
This new Coke machine that has a touch screen with like 20 or so different drinks, like freaking Coke, Coke Zero, Diet Coke, caffeine-free Diet Coke, caffeine-free Coke, Sprite, Fanta, Barks Root Beer, Dr. Pepper, like you name it, it's in this damn thing. And then when you pick it, you can add a flavor to it. So you could have like raspberry Coke or orange Coke or cherry Coke, vanilla Coke, lime Coke, and then like for Sprite they have like grape Sprite, peach Sprite, orange Sprite. It's crazy.
I want to taste it.
Yeah, they have over 100 different flavors and it's amazing.
Can you get Coke and then make it taste like Pepsi? Because that'd be nice.
Because then it would actually taste good.
It would taste good. I don't like Coke. I'm a Pepsi guy.
Well, you can get Dr. Pepper in it. And you can
I was
get like raspberry Dr. Pepper and lime Dr. Pepper and cherry Dr. Pepper and vanilla Dr. Pepper, and it's awesome.
Wow, nice. When I was a kid, I used to do the suicide thing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I had the chance, but it was always at Taco Bell. I would be so dumb. I'd be like, all right, Mountain Dew, Pepsi,
Yeah.
Cherry Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, caffeine-free Pepsi. Why would I put those in there?
Yeah, my son does the same thing now. He does like root beer and Sprite and
Ew.
and like iced tea. Like that's
Oh,
disgusting.
that's-
yeah.
Wow, there's a word for that in the industry. It's called the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
But no, I don't know why I would put diet soda in with regular ass soda.
Yeah, that's a
defeats
bad
the
idea.
purpose. It's kind of
Because
like,
you gotta put all of them.
gotta-
Even the water.
hey, put them.
Put all of them.
Put them. So that's enough bullshit.
Yeah, let's talk about video games.
Okay.
That's why we're here, right?
And to drink.
Beers.
Oh,
But mostly to talk about video games.
that sounded perfect. Clunk.
So should we just start by talking about, what it was like playing games as a kid?
Yeah, let's just see where this goes. Oh.
What year were you born?
Oh.
83?
2.
82? Okay, so we're about...
Where were you in 82? All right, well, guys, to be honest with you, Andrew and I were like, hey, this is a great concept for a show. We're going to talk about present-day gaming, modern-day gaming, through the eyes of a retro gamer. And we said, man, that's a wide topic. We could totally talk about that forever. Maybe we should break it down into something specific. And we were in the car. We always have our conversations on the car after work. We get off about the same time. And I'm like, hey, that's a great idea. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that. So we got here in front of the mic, and we don't remember what that is anymore. So we're just going to freestyle it. We're just going to start with our background, our video game background, let you know where we're coming from. I was actually looking at my demographic like half a year ago, and it was overwhelmingly in the 13 to 18 range, I think is what it was. I was thinking, some of...
You're talking about the demographics of people that watch your videos?
So let me start over. So I was looking at my demographics on YouTube, and it looked like the majority of the people were in the 13 to 18-year-old range. So I was thinking they've mostly grown up with what I would say is like the modern game.
Retro to them is PS2 game.
Exactly.
Ratchet and Clank.
Maybe.
It's retro.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But I was thinking, you know what? This might be educational, and wow, interesting.
Well,
to say
games certainly have changed.
Holy shit. Yeah. Damn, we're cheesy. Why do we exist?
No, I know what you're saying. Games, the playing games as a kid when we were kids is very different from playing games as a kid now.
Yes.
My 3-year-old plays Xbox 360, and his idea of a great game is Rascals.
That's a great game.
It is a good game.
Rascals.
But, he, fortunately, he has me as a dad, so I can show him Mario.
Yeah.
And I can show him Duck Hunt if I had a light gun that worked.
You can borrow mine.
Yeah, maybe I should, because he would love that game.
Yeah.
But I can show him some of these older games, and he, he likes them because to him, at 3, they're all the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't recognize that the graphics are, crappy by modern standards. But I think that's not the case for a lot of kids. So, maybe there's people listening or watching your videos that they're interested in finding out about older games. So maybe we can enlighten a little bit.
Let's get the enlighten on. So I'm just going to talk briefly about my video game history, and then you can talk about yours, and then we'll come together, and then we'll start talking about seeing things through them rose-tinted spectacles.
Yeah. How is stuff not as good now?
Yeah.
We'll go into our crotchety old
Yeah.
man, the old man portion.
Yeah.
Talk about how it was much better in our day.
And we liked it. We loved it.
Yeah.
Because it's damn... I don't remember how that joke goes.
I don't know.
Wait, don't you remember that, Dana Carvey?
No.
Oh, okay, fuck it. So, all right. So I'm 29 years old. That's depressing.
I turned 30 3 weeks ago.
You turned 33 weeks ago?
No, I turned 30.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're old, and I'm not yet. But I was born in 82, and probably started playing games like when I was 3, somewhere around that age. Because I had a cousin that had an Intellivision and an Atari, and had a cousin, and I think my uncle had an Atari too. So when I'd go over to my family's house, I'm an only kid. So depressing growing up. Don't be an only kid.
Yeah, so am I.
Don't be it. Man, we're only kids. Is that why we're so fucked up?
Probably.
I'm just kidding. Okay, sorry, Mom. So, there wasn't a whole lot to do. So when you got to hang out with your cousins, it was like, yes, these are like my brothers and sisters and stuff. And, my older cousin, Brian, he turned me on to all these video games. And so I was playing games like, I remember playing, what the hell is it called? Barn Crusher or something?
Don't know that.
Fuck. I think that's what it's called, but it was like an Atari game where you're flying in like one of those old prop planes, and you've got to go up and down and avoid things, and Barn Crusher or something like that, Barnstormer, or I don't know, whatever. So you'd go flying through the barn and stuff, and you could go over the barn, but don't hit the weather vane at the top of the barn, and you'll crash. It's pretty fun. So we'd play that, played a lot of Pitfall.
Yep, Pitfall's one of my earliest memories.
Played some of those, not so good looking games like the wannabe Donkey Kong, or Mario, not so good. You're stomping.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, like the old Mario Brothers and the old Donkey Kong, not as good. Just kind of like the Pac-Man on Atari balls.
Oh yeah, Pac-Man.
Yeah, didn't translate very well. So, grew up playing those kinds of games. Played a lot of like Tiger Toys and stuff like that. Like those little classic handheld games. And then my dad got a Nintendo, and I've told this story like 3 times now. But he got a Nintendo when
we'll just work this into every episode.
Fuck it. My dad remember when my dad got a Nintendo? I'm talking about that again. So I was like 5 years old, and my mom got a Nintendo for my dad. And then when he unwrapped it, I'm like, what? How is that for him? That needs to be for me. But I was happy with what I got, And then, like I've said before, I said in a video, I said, the first day my dad wouldn't let me play it, and I really wanted to. And I just sat there and watched him. And then the next day he let me play it, and after that, I mean, it pretty much became mine. Like, I played it nonstop, and it was kind of understood to be mine. Like, even when I moved out of my parents' house a few years ago, I was like, okay, so let's take the Nintendo. My dad's like, no, that's mine. I'm like, well, I play it all the time. Like, I'm the one that plays it. He's like, that's still mine, so he's still got the Nintendo.
Well, you have your own now.
I've got my own. It's true.
Yeah.
So they got the Nintendo. I got a Super Nintendo. That was actually every system after that I bought for myself. You know, earned the money doing the little chores in the neighborhood and whatnot. And bought a Super Nintendo. Played that a lot. You know, invited friends over, play Mortal Kombat, play Street Fighter and stuff like that.
Wait. You had the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat?
It was balls. Yeah. No, Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay,
I did not buy the first one. I bought Mortal Kombat 2 at KB Toys for like $80.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know why it was so expensive.
Yeah, there were some games like right around that time.
Yeah.
Like I think Street Fighter 2 was like 70 or 75 bucks when it came out.
That's where you're going out of business, KB Toys. You suck.
And it was that price everywhere though.
And I don't know about that, was it?
I don't know.
I remember someone was talking about whatchamacallit, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger was like $90.
How? Why? It's a game.
Because it had a massive amount of memory in the cartridge and it was expensive.
So Super Nintendo, I actually won my Nintendo 64. I put in when you put your name on those cards and you put it in the box and you know you're not going to get anything. I got a Nintendo 64.
Nice.
Which at the time, like, I was focused more on video games than I was on school, and so my parents were like, "You can buy a Nintendo 64 if you get all A's and B's." And so I was trying to work really hard to get my grades up because I just kind of goofed off in school.
And then it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. That's the thing to be taken from this. Try hard, but if you don't, fuck it. It'll be okay anyway. Don't try too hard because you'll get it for free. So,
you hear that, kids?
yeah. Listen up.
Don't try too... Welfare.
Don't try too hard. Yeah, that's right. Food stamps. So,
you don't have to try that hard. You get food for free.
It's true. Have extra kids. That's a raise. So I got, obviously I got in there. I got a Game Boy, Game Boy Color, I have like pretty much every system, but like just my background was like, playing first, it was all about playing video games with my cousins. And then when my dad got a Nintendo, it was like, I don't care. Someone else can play if they want, but I'm going to play the game by myself if I have to. And then in Super Nintendo days, it was like a lot of playing with friends and that kind of thing. And, that's something that I kind of miss. I guess I don't want to transition into this quite yet, but, what I miss is like being able to sit on the couch with your friend and just like, you're fighting each other on Street Fighter, and then someone pulls a cheat move, like they sweep you a bunch of times in Mortal Kombat 2 or something, and you keep falling, and you can't get out of it. You can reach across, and you can punch them. But nowadays...
For real, not in the game.
For reals. Yeah, for real. Like, punch them. Punch them on the couch. And then nowadays, you can't do that, because they're on the internet, and you've never met them, and they're 12 years old, and they're beating your ass, because they don't have a job, and you do, and they spend way more time playing the game, and then they say stuff about your mom, and they call you words that I can't say right now because it will be beyond explicit.
Wait, weren't you saying your demographic was like 13 to 18? Is that the people we're talking about?
I love you. I said 12. And that's not a bad thing, but it's just, they tend to be the ones that are on there. And, hey, they're really good. It's kind of a compliment, but,
No, it's not.
Yeah, okay. And then, so, I got every other system I just paid for by myself. But I guess that was kind of my roots. My roots were in that old-ass gaming stuff. I'm talking Intellivision, ColecoVision, Atari, and that kind of thing. So, hey, Andrew, what is yours is?
So, yeah, mine's not that different. My earliest memories playing games was mostly playing... we had a Commodore 64. This first system I remember knowing what it was. I know we had a computer before that I played Monopoly on, and I was 2, so I don't even know what the hell Monopoly was. I just remember I played Monopoly on it.
Wow.
And but yeah, I remember the Commodore 64. I remember playing some games on that. Although I don't know that I could tell you now any of them. I might recognize them if I saw them. I remember there was some game, and I don't know if it was on the Commodore 64 or not because I played it at a neighbor's house or something. That I really would like to try to play again because I remember it being frustratingly difficult, but it might have been because I was 3 or 4. But you were it was played at a 45-degree angle, and you were a spaceship, and you had to fly up and down and left and right, and basically it was like Barnstorm, like you said. You have to avoid running into shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that was, but that's one of my earliest memories is that specific game.
Yeah.
But then, and then. We had the Commodore 64, and then eventually we got a Mac, and I remember playing some games on that. But
Oregon Trail.
We probably had Oregon Trail.
Nice.
So we had that, and then I remember playing a lot of arcade games. There was some pizza place near the house we lived at, and I can't remember what it was called now.
Showbiz Pizza.
No, it wasn't Showbiz Pizza. I want to say it was like, it might even still exist. We lived in the San Francisco area, and it was called like Round Table Pizza or something. I just even remember they had like, you know, a bunch of knights and shit like that on the walls. But they had an arcade in the back. And they had 2 games there that I played constantly. Like, we went there once a week at least. And I always played Mario Brothers, the arcade version, and Rampage.
Nice.
And I loved those games.
Yeah.
And then I found out, you know, sometime later when I was obsessed with Mario and I played it all the time at the pizza place, that you could play it at home.
Wait, what? Hold on a second. I mean, you can take this great game and put it in your house and play it?
You could put it
I want to put it.
in your house.
I want to put it.
And my neighbor had it. So I was at my neighbor's house always.
So he had a
playing
Nintendo.
Mario. He had a Nintendo.
Nice.
And so, you know, that's kind of how I kind of discovered home consoles. I actually never really played an Atari. I mean, I think I probably did, but I don't really remember it. So then one day I came home from school and our computer was gone. And I threw a huge fit. You know, I was like 5 or something. And I threw a ginormous tantrum. And then my mom said, just go look in your room. Just go look in your room. Just go to your room. Just go look in your room. And then I finally went, and there was a Nintendo sitting in my room.
Dang, that's awesome.
So that's how I got my Nintendo, and I played Mario and Duck Hunt. And I got the Nintendo that came with the power pad.
Oh, yeah.
So I had Track and Field.
Nice.
And so I played.
No, wait, not Track and
Field.
Field.
What was the one? What was it?
World Class Track Meet.
That's the one.
Yeah,
The one that
right.
it had the cartridge with Mario, Duck Hunt, and that on it.
Oh,
and
sweet, yeah.
Yeah, and then like I discovered quickly that you could win the races by pounding on the power pad with your fists.
Boo.
Much faster than you could with your feet.
No, what you got to do is you got to stand on the balls of your feet and slam your heels down.
I think my little 5-year-old body couldn't quite coordinate that one.
Well, see, I was playing that too. Actually, I remember. Sorry, we're getting off topic, but every Sunday morning, I was really into working out for a long time when I was a little kid. Like, I'd do like 360 sit-ups a night for no reason, and I was like washboard abs, but not anymore.
You're like, check out my 6-year-old abs.
Yeah, I know. Bam, 6-pack, 6 years old, and I was like. Really into fitness or whatever, so I don't know why. I went in and out, but like we went to Dairy Queen, and I remember seeing on there that you could get a Blizzard, and it was called a Health Blizzard, and I wanted to eat it. I was like, hey Dad, I want the health one. And my dad's like, what? And I went up and I ordered it. I was like, hey, can I get the health one? And they're like, that's Heath. I was like, oh, well, whatever. Throw an L in there. It was totally, I thought that was healthy.
The health
it's Health Blizzard. Oh, it's Heath. My bad. Toffee, not so good for your health. So, but yeah, no, I was playing that game all the time, and I was just like slamming my heels down, and it woke my parents up every Sunday morning, and like they'd come in, I'd just be like drenched in sweat, and they're like, the hell are you doing? Playing World Class Track Meet.
Yeah.
Getting mad buff.
I'm working out.
I'm working out. Can't you see? I'm eating this Health Blizzard, and I'm slamming my heels into the floor as hard as I can, and then I'm going to have arthritis when I'm 29.
So yeah, basically, so I had the NES, and I played that a lot. And then when the Super Nintendo came out, I wanted one of those. Although at the time, Sega kind of lured me in with their whole... You know, we're much more rad.
Lattice processing.
Yeah, exactly. So I got a Genesis first, and I was, way into the Genesis until I discovered the magic of RPGs on the SNES. And so once I found out how amazing Final Fantasy, what we called in the US Final Fantasy 2 and 3 were, that's when I picked up the NES and
Super NES.
Super NES. Yeah, and then after, I actually kind of skipped a generation when the PlayStation and N64 were out. I didn't really play games much. That was, middle school to high school. I kind of got more interested in being social until a friend of mine, when I was being so social, brought Resident Evil over.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil both made me a zombie maniac, and it got me right back into video games.
Saved you.
So it saved me. So then I got I never owned an N64, but I got a PlayStation, and then I got back into RPGs, and I played, Final Fantasy 7, and I was very confused. I wondered what happened to 4 through 6, but I think most listeners know the story. So then I played a ton of RPGs on PlayStation, and then when the PS2 came out, I waited outside of Best Buy overnight in order to get, a launch PS2, and I still have my launch PS2, and it works. I don't know anyone else that has a working launch PS2.
Nice.
So I still have that, and then, I've been playing other games since then.
Ever
I own an
since.
Xbox 360. I don't have a PS3.
Boo.
I have a Wii, but who plays Wii anymore?
Hey.
I think the last game I played was Epic Disney because my son wanted to, and it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what was harder, standing out in line to wait for PS2 or Wii?
Yes, Eric and I both waited outside of Walmart overnight to get a Wii. Actually, no, I guess it launched at midnight, huh? So we waited for like 6 hours.
Well, yeah, we were there from like 3 p.m.
But both of us were sick.
I was mad sick.
Yeah, and we both had colds. That was not a fun night.
No.
But we did get a launch
Still
Wii,
was fun.
which I still have my launch Wii.
Yeah.
Launch Wii.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something and I can't make it.
And then, I remember being pretty disappointed. Like, we thought the bowling and all that.
It was
that
fun.
was awesome. It was fun.
It wore off quick.
But I was like, wow, this isn't what Nintendo promised us.
Yeah, the charm wore off.
Yeah, it wore off pretty fast for me.
But I still love the Wii. I've been playing some fun games, but I can't talk about that right now. I can't remember what I was playing. I've mostly been using my Wii to watch Netflix on because for some reason on my 360 it's been really effing up a lot lately.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Anyway. Oh, sorry. While we're on the topic of that night that you got the Wii, why don't you tell a hilarious story about when we walked in there to get our Wii?
I'm not going to tell the story because no one else is going to think it's hilarious.
Fucking it's
I
hilarious.
think it's you had to be there. It's one...
No, put
Okay.
it and then we'll decide.
right, so-
hey guys, send your emails to tell me if it was funny or not.
Okay, so we were in line.
Let's get 047 at gmail.com.
So we were in line forever to get the Wii, and then I think they had 36 of them, or something like that. So we multiple times throughout the night we went and counted how many people there were, and we're like number 35 to 37, so it's iffy. And it turned out we actually ended up getting the last ticket, but then I think someone in front of us couldn't get one, so someone behind us ended up
Actually, the
getting
guy immediately behind us he didn't get one. The guy that was behind us, they did the count, and then he found out that he was the only one that was going to get one at the end of the line, and he was like 16 or something like that. And he turned around to everyone behind him. He's like, "Ha ha, you guys aren't going to get one." He was a little prick. And then when they did the count and they pulled everyone but us and they stopped right at us, I looked back and saw the look of devastation on his face, and I cherished it.
Yeah.
I still think about it sometimes.
That's not the story, though.
I know it's not.
The story was when we walked into Walmart. I don't even know why I told this.
It's a 24/7 Walmart.
Yeah, so it's one of the Walmarts where, I don't know if this is across the country if they have this, but here it's common here in the Denver area. There's McDonald's inside Walmart. So like when you first walk in, Walmart has like 2 entrances and one of them will have a McDonald's right next to it. Almost all of them have this. So we're walking in and this jackass that worked at McDonald's walks out
From behind the counter.
from behind the counter. He starts grabbing his crotch going, "I was in line all day to get a Wii." And then I just turned around and went to him and I went, "I work at McDonald's!" And he had the most disappointed, frustrated look on his face ever. It was amazing.
Because it's the saddest thing. Because but it's like, you know what? You work at McDonald's and you're at a 24 hours Walmart.
You're working at McDonald's at midnight.
In a 24-hour Walmart. No, dude. You don't get to say that about us.
Yeah.
Because boo.
Yeah, and then the jokes, if I had turned around and sold the Wii the next day, I could have doubled my money.
Which I'm glad.
I probably would have made more money waiting in line than he made working at McDonald's.
Yeah, and it would have prevented me from playing Raven Rabbids.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that game. That was launch title.
Raymond Ravid Rabbids.
And Wii Sports.
That was a launch title.
Yeah. We played tennis till 4 a.m.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Because it was amazing because you could use your arms.
Yeah. Remember? And now it's like,
and
please.
the ceiling in my basement was too low, so we kept hitting it with our hands.
That was fun for a while. Yeah, and then now it's like, please, if you give me a game that has the waggle, I'm done. I don't want to. I don't want to.
I don't want to move.
I don't want to swing it.
Fuck that.
If I wanted to move, I'd get the move for the PlayStation 3. I wish I was.
So anyway, back to retro games. So I was just thinking as a kid, and this has less to do with retro versus modern games. Although I think it kind of applies. In the 80s, a video game was still $50, just like it is now. I mean,
did you say a video game?
Video game.
Remember when you called me out? Like I said, happy video game nerd.
All right. A video game cost, $50 then, or maybe it was 40. I don't remember what games cost back then. I didn't buy them. My parents bought them for me. But, games really haven't changed price much in 20 years relative to inflation. So, buying a game then, I mean, as a kid, I didn't have any money, of course. So, I was at my parents' mercy. My parents didn't have a ton of money either. So, I got a game when I got a game. And it was, once every 2 or 3 months if I was lucky. So, when I got a game, Christmas I might get 2 games. So whenever I got a game, I played the crap out of it.
Cherished.
And that's all I played, and I loved it. And, you had to really think hard before you bought a game because it's the last one you're going to get for a while. So, when you're looking at this wall of games at Toys R Us, certain ones stand out or whatever, but you really had to think about what you wanted. And the only way we found out about games was from like Nintendo Power.
Yep.
And stuff, so we basically bought whatever they told us to.
And
that's why I think a lot of the games that everyone played as kids are all the same games, even though the NES had like 600 games on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no one played most of them.
That's
We
true.
all played the same games.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, Nintendo Power told us to.
Yeah.
But
Nintendo Power made me do it.
Yeah, Nintendo Power made me do it. But it's not like that now because, like, obviously we have a lot of, we're much older, we have jobs, we have expendable income. I mean, I can go buy a new game every week if I wanted to.
I do.
Yeah, he does. I can attest to that.
We're looking at a pile of games right now on the floor.
He has a bookshelf for games, and the shelves are bowing downward from all the weight.
Damn, they are. Wow, that's actually kind of a problem. I need to fix that.
Yeah. How many games do you own? You actually compiled the list.
I have like 1,000.
Yeah. I own, I probably have 15 or so Xbox 360 games and maybe 20 or so PS2 games. I don't have a ton of games, but, I have a family. So I just don't have the time to play.
I mean,
I wish I did sometimes. But,
Yeah.
Hey.
This is kind of
It is what it is.
This is kind of the old crotchety part, but it's kind of like we appreciated shit more when we were kids. Damn it, because we didn't have that much. Both Andrew and I kind of grew up that way, and it's like when you really did cherish that game. Like, and actually, that kind of worked in 2 different ways. It's like, hey, you really got maximum play out of that game. By the way, I have 933 games logged, but I know I have more than that. Anyway.
933. He logged his games.
Yeah, it took a long time. It was fun. But, like, you really played that game. Like, you got every ounce of fun you could possibly get out of the game. But it cut both ways because it could have been balls.
Yeah,
but you didn't care.
I got Sonic Spinball. I was so excited
You know
for
what?
that game.
It's not the greatest game,
it's
but
pretty good.
I got you beat. This game wasn't a game that I bought, but it's like we, I worked for my parents a little bit, and they'd give me a little money, and that kind of thing. And when they paid me, I'd usually have, like $5 by the end of the week, maybe. So I usually use that to go to Blockbuster and rent a game. Well, I went in there, and there was nothing that week. I was like, what's this? Mario's missing. I love Mario. And I'm partial to missing. So let's find out about this game. I took it up to the counter, and the guy behind the counter was like, this is an educational game, right? I was like, oh, well, whatever, that's fine. I'm thinking, it's Mario. Who cares? It could be, I want to know more about Mario.
This guy is probably wrong anyway.
Yeah, education about Mario, I'm okay with that. I want to learn more about him. So, after warning me, I think a couple times, I was like, it's okay. So, all right. So I take it home, and I start playing this game, and I'm like, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. This is not it, is it? And there were like tiny little platforming parts that were like, oh, this is kind of like Mario, sort of. No, it was awful. And I played that game to completion just because, but you know what happened before that? The first night I bought it, I think, I just cried. I cried and told my parents I want to get something else. And they're like, you know what? He told you, we told you, you got the game. You got to play the game. And it was just like balls. But I played it to completion because that's how dedicated you were as a kid.
Yeah.
You got to make way with what you got.
I'm
because
sure there were other
I had a limited
examples of
collection.
that as a kid. But then every now and then, you find a gem. Like, I remember, I can't remember how I got it. But when I first got my Super Nintendo, I don't know if it was a birthday gift or what, but I got ActRaiser. And I remember I got it. I remember being upset about getting it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This game looks ridiculous and stupid. And it's one of the most amazing games ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got it. You got a game every 2 months. The games are only 2 hours long. I mean, once you master them and beat them, but you still play the damn thing over and over again. And I can't remember the last, modern game that I've played more than once.
Yeah.
I mean, games that, are single player and have some plot.
Yeah.
There's things like Left 4 Dead, obviously, that's a multiplayer game. You play that over and over. That's different. But, any single player game, I can't think of the last single player game that I've played all the way through more than once.
Yeah. Well, I guess kind of on that topic, like as far as replay value goes, like replay value has definitely gotten better as time has gone on. That's one thing I'll say for sure. Because like retro games tended to be more simplistic. And in some ways, they're more satisfying to just play through again just for nostalgia's sake. But like, it's not like you're going to get a new experience or like, oh, I didn't know about this. I mean, it's kind of rare, depending on the game that you're talking about. Because when there was not that much, I don't know, like a whole lot of exploring or something like that, like a pretty simple game. Like, you're not going to play Frogger and be like, oh, I had no idea.
No, yeah.
I mean, depending on how far back we're going. But like nowadays, the games are so complex and that kind of thing. And I guess a topic I'd like to talk about as far as like new things in gaming, new to us, the achievement system, the trophy system, the what are they called on Wii when they do it sometimes?
I have no idea.
The challenge system.
Yeah.
I don't know. What were you going to say?
Why did you turn into a gay home designer?
Challenge system. Hey, just so we can plug in the challenge system. Plug it in.
No, I mean that adds. I like what that adds to a game. But I just feel like modern games don't have replay value because, for the most part, modern games are about plot, and it's almost like playing a movie a lot of times, and they're not about the gameplay. The exceptions being things like Grand Theft Auto or stuff, where the game, yes, it has a plot, but it's a sandbox game, so the game's about messing around. Mm-hmm. But like older games, I've played Mega Man 2. I don't even know how many times.
Yeah.
But the game's about the gameplay.
Right.
But I feel like the gameplay lends itself to replayability. Like, I'll play those fucking levels over and over again, and I don't care. I'll do it again, and I'll do it again, and I'll do it again, and it's maybe it's just because that's what I grew up with, so I'm nostalgic about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know that that's the case because, like I said, the newest game I can think of that I've actually played all the way through more than once is Final Fantasy VI. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't seem like modern games. I don't know if it's because they're longer, so I just don't have the time.
That's
Or I'd actually be interested to hear from listeners. If there's modern games that they find themselves playing, even single player experiences that they find themselves playing over and over, because I would be pressed. I would imagine that it's not common.
Let's get 047@gmail.com.
But I do like what achievements add to a game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, as far as like old games, I agree with you. There's definitely old games I play over and over. I mean, I don't even know how many times I've beaten Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you're talking about games that have replay value. I don't know. There's no logical reason, I'll say that, to play Super Mario Brothers again, because you're not going to really get anything new out of it other than the enjoyment of playing a phenomenal game. Just like Mega Man 2. But I guess as far as like inherent replayability, because of like, oh, if you beat it, if you do this, it's a different ending, or like if you do this, there's this bonus area or something like that. Like, I guess maybe it was a little bit better like maybe 10, 15 years ago. Like, we're talking about PlayStation games that had so many endings. Was it Saga Frontier?
RPGs are always kind of an exception.
Or like, I mean,
but the problem with an RPG is it's, modern RPGs are 60 hours long. Who has time to do that?
They were even worse 10, 15 years ago, man. It was like, that was what it was about on the PlayStation. It was like you look at the back, it's all 120 hours of gameplay. I'm like, damn, I got time for that.
How many hours did you put into Dragon Quest 8?
I don't want to talk about it.
What was it, about 120
100
hours?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, who has time to do that more than once?
I did. At the time I did. I was living with you guys.
He was living in my basement.
Yeah, I was living in your basement. Man, I got a thing for basements. I've got my own house now. So, but I guess, like, what I really like about modern gaming, like, even if you have a game that's, like, just a simple, like, you could play it from start to finish and there's nothing different, you've got the achievement system now, so you can play it again, and that's your motivation for playing it again. Like, and I guess on achievements, people have different reasons for getting achievements. Like, some people are just, call them achievement whores or whatever. They just want to get their maximum score or whatever. But to me, it opens up the game in different ways, because you might never think to do that at all, but without the achievement system, you're like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. And I've had some really like rewarding experiences just playing games with achievements and stuff. So call me an achievement whore if you want. I don't feel like I've beat a game 100% completion until I've got the achievements on there. Now, to be fair, there's tons of games that just tack it on, like, oh, here you go, there's a required achievements or whatever. But, and I guess a pretty good example, game I really love, Earth Defense Force, 2017, I think.
Yeah.
That game has balls achievements. It's like, beat it on easy, beat it on medium, beat it on hard, beat it on inferno. That's like, they just,
I like achievements that actually make you play the game differently in order to accomplish it, or accomplish something, something special in the game. And actually, I thought of some modern games. I've played Portal and now Portal 2 several times through. But once again, I think it's about the gameplay. I just, there's something about those games. The gameplay just, I just love it that much. And then, I mean, I guess I'm just a Valve fanboy, although I couldn't get into Team Fortress 2. But yeah, Half-Life and Half-Life 2, I've played those games multiple times all the way through.
But I mean, also, the good thing, Portals, that's a pretty deep game. Like, you could definitely solve the puzzles tons of different ways, and some of the stuff you've shown me, like, you could get like a block moving perpetually across the thing, or you could just shoot yourself perpetually all the way across without ever touching the ground.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of stuff is
but
insane.
There's achievements about that, and that's the kind of achievements I like. It's
exactly.
like, accomplishing something in the game that you might not normally try to do if you're playing it. That's what I like about achievements. Yeah. I like those types of achievements. Doing something, that you wouldn't normally try to do, and usually it's challenging in some way, or just makes you think about something, think about how to accomplish something in the game differently.
I mean, I remember, after PlayStation 2, I guess, that was my most modern system at the time. And then I was reading about these new systems coming out, Xbox 360, Wii, PlayStation 3. I was super excited when I read about these systems because they're talking about, Xbox 360. You're going to be dealing with this achievement system. And we got this online gaming community and you could play people all over the world. I was super excited for that. And then they're talking about achievements. I was like, oh, I was like, what is this for? Like, I can use this to buy games, is what I thought. I thought it was going to translate to something. But now, with that gamer score thing on Xbox 360, do you know anything about that?
No.
It's like you can win bullshit like avatars and shit.
Oh, I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that. But it'd be nice if there was a way to translate that into something that was more useful, I guess. To me, it's more about, like, the, I don't know, the completionist in me, for one, and also the one that wants to look into a game as deep as you can go and say, oh, wow, I never would have thought of doing that, and just playing the game in a different way, like you were talking about. But it would be also nice if you could, if that translated to something other than bragging rights, like, hey, guys, look at how little of a life I have. I've got like 65,000 points.
I don't really give a shit about achievements other than ones that I find interesting or challenging in some way, or games that I just really love. Like, the only games I have 100% completion in on the Xbox are Left 4 Dead. I don't have Left 4 Dead 2 because they're just too fucking hard. And Braid. And there's another game. Braid is a modern game, but it's kind of retro.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's a modern game that I can't even count how many times I finished that game. Because one of the achievements is finishing it in half an hour. And I tried several times before I finally made it.
You got 100% on that game?
I do. That's actually the first Xbox 360 game I got 100% on. Because I didn't get my Xbox 360 until about the time that game came out. I was very late to the party on that one.
Oh, yeah. I was pretty late too, to be fair, but I started doing the only achievement I don't think I have on Braid is the time trial one, and I just got to a point where
beat the game in 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think is that it?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was like you have to get through levels. Each level has a.
I think there might be one like that too.
Yeah, I don't
remember. It's been forever since I completed it.
Because I think there's like a speed run or a time trial mode where it's like beat this level in 60 seconds.
Yeah, there's something like that too.
Like that, I couldn't do it because there was like one part I remember where you got to jump off a cliff and you've got to. It's like you push a box or something, and it's like on the first level, and it was the kind of thing that like. When I was playing the game, I was rewinding it over and over and over to get it. And it was the kind of thing that you had to do the first time perfectly in order to do it. I was like, I couldn't be bothered with that.
It's been a while since I played it, so I don't remember what the achievements are. Well, it's been, 3 years? Yeah. 4 years since I actually did one. How long has it been?
Such a good game.
A while since I did it.
It's been about a while.
It's been about a while.
Approximately.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I just forgot what I was going to say. So, put it down.
Achievements are good.
I like them. I want to achieve things. They make me feel more... accomplished as a person.
I feel better about myself and my gamer scores. I think my gamer score finally broke 10,000.
Did you?
After 3-some years.
About time. Dang.
Yeah.
Where am I at? I don't remember. Is it 16,000 or like whatever? Chop.
I don't care, really.
Beat down. So, on the topic of Xbox 360, because I don't really care about trophies on PlayStation 3.
No one does.
No one does.
At least I don't think so. I don't have a PS3, so...
It's got some good things on it, but I mean, they're like PSN has some good stuff on it.
Right. I want to play Nobi Boy.
I want to replay it. I've got
it. And what's the Fat Princess?
Yeah, I love Fat Princess. That's awesome. It's awesome. But PlayStation 3, whatever trophies, man. Talk about Xbox 360. I mean, I guess, this goes across the board. We're talking about Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360, that you can download games online. Friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Like the Virtual Console and
virtual consoles.
Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, awesome.
Yeah.
I love
agree.
all of them. Xbox, I mean, I gotta say, Xbox Arcade it's probably my favorite.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I can't compare it to the PS3 because I don't have one, but
Yeah.
I can't think of a good Wii game that's come out other than the Gaijin games like the Bit Trip series. Those were good.
Well, the Virtual Console games, though, if
yeah.
yeah.
Well, and of course there's Virtual Console, but I mean, I don't even pay attention to what comes out on that anymore.
Well, nothing does.
Yeah, that's
not so much
right.
comes out. I mean, when it does, though, I mean, I love a lot of the games. I mean, I have a ton of games on there, and there's some really classic stuff. But like, the stuff that comes out on Xbox Live Arcade, I mean, so many brilliant games like Limbo and Braid,
I think just about every 2 or 3 weeks, something worth getting comes out on there. I mean, I don't get most of them just because I don't have the time to play the ones
I don't have
already
the money to spend on all the games I want.
Yeah. Last one I got was Half Minute Hero, which I'd love to play more. I just,
Who told you?
Matt.
See what I did is like me. I don't last long in the sack.
Good game, by the way. There's a lot of good games on Xbox 360, and I just wish I had time to play them all.
Yeah.
There's just too many.
I mean, something's kind of lost in like not going to the store and like buying the physical item and looking at it with anticipation and pulling the cellophane off and opening the box and playing the game. Having the thing to look at, you got an instruction booklet in there. Sometimes you get some.
That. Who looks at the instruction manual?
I do.
Wow, while you're pooping.
Yeah, I do. How did you know? Did you see me like sneaking Dragon Quest 8 into the bathroom
were you
on
reading
multiple
that?
occasions? I did.
I need to read the instruction manual because the in-game tutorials aren't good enough.
Hey man, sometimes you want to learn how to concoct things in that pot. That's the game. I don't know. There's the aesthetic appeal of purchasing an item, having the item, putting the item on your shelf.
Yeah.
Like that's lost with the online downloads.
That shelf?
Yeah, that the one with the boat, the one
where the shelves look like they're about to collapse.
Yeah, those. But I mean, it's definitely a good thing. I mean, it's for one thing, it's green, which I don't care about, but it's just nice to be able to just get things on demand like that. It's a little dangerous too because when I first started that,
it's too easy.
Oh damn! I've been spending a lot of money.
Yeah, it is way too easy.
I've had to pull the reins back on myself quite a bit on that.
Yeah.
But that's the problem is because there's so much that you want. There's a lot of good stuff, and you can play it right. I'm talking like that quick.
No.
Okay, hold on, like that quick. Okay, so it takes a little while, but that's awesome. I love that. That's
nice.
what a modern gaming thing that's very good, and obviously it's going to keep moving that direction. But I hope that we don't lose the physical things. I want to touch them.
Yeah, it's gonna go away.
I want to touch them.
Do you ever think about do you ever picture what you as a kid would have done if you could have seen what modern stuff was like?
I do think about that.
We're like, what would your little 8-year-old brain do?
Explode.
If you saw an Xbox 360 now.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that'd be like going back and grabbing a caveman and dropping him in Times Square. That's what it'd be like.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes. Like if I could have at 8 years old could have imagined what modern games would be like I could have never fathomed that modern games would be anything like they are now.
You want an aside real quick?
Sure.
When I was a little kid, I thought Super Mario Brothers 2 was like the pinnacle of gaming, and it was never going to get any better than that. And so when I remember being in the car, and I was listening to my favorite, Billy Idol, because I believed that Billy Idol was from the future, because his music was far too advanced and good to be from this time. And same thing with Mario Brothers 2. But I was like, in the future, I can't wait till they have Super Mario Brothers 47. That'll be awesome. And in my mind, it was just like Super Mario Brothers 2, but with more phantom faces and shit. There was just
it was just harder.
There's just more going on.
Yeah.
And it was so advanced that it didn't have that. It had Billy Idol did the soundtrack for Super Mario Brothers 47. So yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want to play it.
Although, I mean, we're not that far off from that,
Billy
modern
Idol?
games. Well, not Billy Idol, but modern games, like the soundtracks are,
Oh yeah.
like proper.
But you could put him in there.
Real artists doing them.
I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing because, when I hear a game that they just fucking take, some bullshit rock rap thing and throw that on there, I don't want to hear it. And we're missing,
Sometimes it doesn't fit. They do it just because they know it's going to sell more copies.
Boom! Here comes the boom! I'm just kidding. That's TV, that's video game, or that's movie trailers. You know that fucking song?
No.
Click, click, boom.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking dumb. But I don't want to hear it. And but no, I mean, it's like the original music that's lost. I don't want to lose it.
Video game music these days is not very memorable.
No. It's usually just really atmospheric. It's just like,
Yeah.
ambient.
They're very generic.
Yeah, super generic.
You could just take the soundtrack from one game and put it in another game and no one would even notice you changed it.
But what I'm really liking...
Except for Dead Island.
Yeah?
Because the theme song for Dead Island...
Sing it.
...is Who Do You Voodoo, Bitch? Which is the best part of the whole game.
Tonight, Andrew walked into my house and he said, "Hey, I just have a question for you."
Who do you voodoo, bitch?
Yeah, and I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." It was really awkward.
I don't know who I voodoo.
I almost told him to leave. And then he told me what it was, and I was like, "Oh, can you leave now?" No.
Yeah. So for those who haven't played it, one of the characters in Dead Island is a washed-up rapper whose only hit was like 10 or 15 years ago, and it was "Who Do You Voodoo, Bitch?" And then the whole intro to the game takes place during a concert that he's putting on at the resort, which eventually becomes zombified, and he's playing that song.
Remember how earlier you were talking about Marky Mark?
Yeah. And the Funky Bunch?
Speaking of washed-up rappers.
He's not washed up. He's better than ever.
Yeah. Remember that rap song he did for that movie where the plants were killing everybody?
What?
I don't know. What was that called?
I don't know what you're talking.
Watch out. I think it was called Plants.
What?
It was the Shamalama Ding Dong movie.
I must have missed this one.
What? You didn't see it?
I don't know.
Shamalama Night.
I don't know what you're talking
M.
about.
Night Shyamalan.
Oh.
Shamalama Ding Dong. Did you see it?
I don't think I remember him making a movie about plants.
It's about plants.
I don't
Okay.
know that one.
Remember the movie where everyone kills themselves?
No.
Wow.
That happens in some movies.
No, but no. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
The one with the plants.
Yeah, fucker.
And fucking Marky Mark was in it.
Yeah, Marky Mark and the Plants.
What was that movie called?
I think it was called Balls. The movie.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't very good.
No.
The plants. Yeah, I remember there was a scene where it was like windy.
Plastic plant.
It was like windy, and they had to like run away because the wind was like making the plants. I don't remember. It was fucking crazy.
What was that?
Oh yeah, the plants were putting out some toxin.
Yeah, made you kill yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I remember kind of liking that movie.
Did you see the? I almost did, but then the end balls. Did you see
remember.
The Devil?
The Devil?
Yeah. Shamalama Night.
Oh, I haven't seen his latest movie. No.
Oh, I want to see it.
Yeah. Basically,
I heard his balls.
Anything he's done since Unbreakable is kind of basically
Breakable.
Unbreakable was good.
Oh no,
Most people didn't like that movie, but
I liked it.
it was like the perfect comic book movie.
Yeah,
That was based on a comic book that never existed. It was amazing.
pretty much. I liked it.
It
a
was
lot.
like a comic book movie where the antagonist was into comic books. Amazing.
Yeah, no, it's
It was
smart.
such a good movie.
Yeah, no, I like. I don't know if you've seen this on Reddit or like on the internet. They do graphic representations of a movie. It's like a movie poster, but it's a graphic representation of the movie. Fuck, I'm trying to think. Well, it would be like Seven Samurai or something like that, and there'd just be like 7 dots, and it'd be like Seven Samurai. That's what that movie's about. Okay, well, that was just a terrible example. But then this one, it's like M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movies, and it was like a rectangle strip. And it's like, its strip is like perfect, and then at the end, it's like that. Like it's twisted.
Oh, right.
Like,
Nice.
movie twist. It was pretty smart.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Totally off topic. That's going away.
I saw funny a graphic on the internet today. It had a Steve Jobs face in the middle, and it said, "They're gonna love the iPhone 4S. I'll bet my life on it."
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another one on Reddit, and it was like Slowpoke. Have you seen the Slowpoke theme memes? You know, Slowpoke was like a character from Pokemon. He was like the pink guy. Oh, whatever. He has a big dumb face. He's a Gerp. And it's his name is Slowpoke. So there's a meme that like someone who's behind the times like says, "Hey guys, did you hear
Steve Jobs died?"
Well, that wasn't what it is though. It's actually so much smarter. It's all, "Hey guys, did you hear Steve died? I heard something about a stingray."
Nice. That's awesome.
I laughed wholeheartedly for like a second, and then I ate the rest of my cereal and went to work. Just kind of going back to something I talked about earlier, like the fun of playing a game with your friend on the couch, playing the game, controllers, you punch each other, and you eat chips, and you drink soda.
Yeah, we don't do that often enough, do we?
Well, not anymore, because we play online.
We played Earth Defense Force.
It was so awesome.
That was awesome. That's a good game to play with someone on the couch.
That is a fantastic game to play
Yeah.
with someone on the couch.
Yeah, and the other one that comes to mind off the top of my head is Castle Crashers.
But you could play it online.
You could, but it's not very fun. I've tried playing it online with people, and I just never really get into it. But
I guess that's...
if someone's in the room with you, I think it's kind of fun.
I guess
it feels like Final Fight.
Yeah. No, it is. I guess that's kind of my gripe, but it's also kind of a good thing. Is like that you could play. It's unbelievable to me. Still, it's like magic that you could go online and you can play with someone across the globe. Like I've played with people in Japan, people in England, people everywhere.
Well, it's like I have my little circle of Left 4 Dead buddies that I play with, and one of them lives in Philadelphia, one of them lives in Texas, one of them's in Raleigh, North Carolina. I mean, they're just all over this country, and I've played with Missouri. I've played with them so much, I feel like we're really friends. It's just crazy. It's just weird to me that I've never met these people. Yeah. But we get to play games together all the time.
Internet.
Yeah. You know what? We've been talking about doing this. We should do a Let's Get listener game night where we invite them to play with us.
So hey guys, let's get 047@gmail.com. If you want to do that, put it.
What game you want to play?
Tell me what game you want to play. We'll talk about it on the show. Dang.
And then we'll probably never actually do it.
Come on.
But it would be fun to think about.
We'll do it. Hey, I'm not saying I'm great at playing games. I never said that. I never claimed that.
You spread yourself too thin is the problem.
I do so many things.
Yeah, you play too many different games.
I do, that's
you don't
true.
have enough time to get good at one game.
That's for damn sure.
You should see him play Left 4 Dead.
I'm not that good.
At anything, really.
Fuck you! So... Well, and you're off the podcast.
Well, then it's just you.
No, fuck. Well, I don't know what to say. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just amazing to me that you can actually play with someone online from your couch, someone across the globe or wherever. And that's really cool. And actually, it's also nice because if I feel like drinking, it's okay. I'm not drinking alone. I don't feel like I am.
I'm drinking with millions of other people on Xbox Live.
I'm online, and we're drinking. I don't know. It's just something that I miss, though, because that fun of sitting next to your friend on the couch and playing the game and talking shit when you're beating their ass.
Did you really play on the couch?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was almost always on the floor. Even when the couch was right behind me, I still preferred to sit on the floor and play.
Really?
As a kid.
I did. I switched it up.
Yeah.
I switched it up.
I always sat on the floor. I don't know why.
Yeah.
What does that say about me?
You're gay.
It's like we're playing on Xbox Live.
Yeah. Yeah, just sit on the... Yeah, that's right. So just sit on the floor and play online. It's the same.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll pretend like you're next to me.
Oh, ooh. Oh, Andrew.
So, retro games are good. Modern games are more or less shit.
That's not true.
It's not true. You know what's crazy, and maybe this is a topic for another time. Remember when all the good games were Japanese?
No. You're about to get slapped.
And now how basically none of them are?
I'm about to punch.
With a few exceptions.
Punch.
Just looked at the good games lately, man.
Here's what I will
There's
say.
not very many good Japanese games anymore.
Remember when Japanese games were the
exception.
best games? Remember how they still are, but there's also good Western games now?
No.
That's what it is.
Not so much.
Chop. I don't know.
That's a topic for another day.
It is. Don't get me started. There's be a beatdown. All right. They're both good. They're both good.
Yeah. I think it's about one good Japanese release per year. Maybe two.
Stab. Same could be said for anything. You know, we talked about games that you download. Let's talk about shit you download for your games. This is crazy. What's smart about downloadable content is that you can take one game, a complete game, and you can add on to it.
Yeah.
That's something you could never do before.
Except, I think that's a great concept. I think it's a great idea. I think it's awesome that you can do it. But the studios abuse the hell out of it.
Big time.
It just drives me crazy. Especially like day one DLC.
Yeah.
When games come out and that day you can spend another $5 and get more. It's like, are you kidding me? Why didn't you just put it in the game to begin with?
You should be sued.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I understand like later on if it's like, oh shit, you know, let's add all this other stuff.
Right.
Let's talk about great
Borderlands is a good example of it.
Yeah, let's start with great examples of DLC. Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead is a good example.
They added on an entire new level, all these different shits.
Portal 2, the DLC's free.
Portal, Fucking A. You know what, Valve, you're awesome.
They do what they can.
They do what they can, but they do what Microsoft will let them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing they could do the Portal 2 DLC for free.
Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, I think Borderlands is a good example of DLC done right because they put time and effort into it. It adds a pretty significant amount of content to the game, and it doesn't feel like it's something they left out to begin with, and then you had to pay extra money to get. The worst is, I can't think of examples off the top of my head, but I know there's games where there's DLC on the disc. Katamari, beautiful Katamari.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Perfect example.
So
the DLC's on the disc.
Yes.
You have to pay money
Yes.
to unlock content that's on the disc.
Sad.
Ridiculous.
I love Katamari, and
I do too.
beautiful Katamari. Actually, I don't know why people be hating. I love it. But man, that is some sadness.
They'd be hating because the game was $40.
Well, that's
and then you had
balls.
to pay another $10 to get the rest of it.
Yeah. I mean, just charge me
Just charge
$60.
$50 for the game. Exactly.
$60 and everything's unlocked. I'll be like, sweet. Now, the one thing that's good, what I ate for lunch and dinner. I guess one thing that's good is like you could never, back in the day, you could never revisit this game and play it any different way. There's nothing you could do to change it. PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, nothing. Xbox 360, now you can download the game. Well, I guess you could download the game and then you could download some shit for that download. But so, I mean, you can buy the game in the store and then you could go and put more on it.
Yeah, which I like. What I like about DLC is that when it's done right and it's not just tacked on for the purposes of.
That was an inquisitive fart. Sorry. I would say what?
Yeah, I like when DLC's done right and it's an addition. It's added onto the game.
Yeah.
I feel like the Fallout games do it right. Red Dead Redemption did it right. Rockstar games do it right. I feel like Left 4 Dead does it right.
Yeah.
The games you truly love, you can pay a few bucks and get some more of, and I like that. But the industry reeks of abuse right now. It just feels like a lot of studios are taking advantage of it, and nothing's worse than buying a game that feels incomplete, and then you have to pay $5 to get the rest of it, which happens. But I avoid those games, so I don't know which ones they are.
By the way, this subtopic is brought to you by ZD Wario, who mentioned that I should talk about this part on the podcast.
Like 2
He
months
said,
ago.
2 months ago, ZD Wario wrote, "Make a podcast about the state of modern gaming/gaming industry. Shit like how companies whore out DLC and exclusive reserve bonuses from different stores.
Oh, that's
and
the
dumbass
worst.
stuff like that."
I don't want to pre-order my game at GameStop.
Yeah.
I hate that.
You know what? I don't care about it though because everything that they give is balls.
Yeah,
They're like,
that's kinda
"Hey,
true.
check it out! It's a
new gun,
baseball bat with nails in it." Done.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah, like the base. Actually, Left 4 Dead had an example of that. I think was it Left 4 Dead? One of the games. If you pre-ordered at GameStop, you can get a baseball bat in the game. But it was just another melee weapon, and then eventually they just put the baseball bat in the game anyway.
I mean,
so it
because
doesn't matter.
that's bullshit. Yeah, no, they really shouldn't do that. I mean, like, oh, it's exclusive to this one store. That's balls. Because when it's something that affects like the game permanently, like that's fucked up. Because you should be able to do that at any time. One thing that's cool though, I mean, and I hate when it's an exclusive, but like if you can go pre-order a game anywhere and then you get the soundtrack, you get a shirt, you get a like cloth map or some bullshit like that, that's nice. I like that. And that's it makes it a collector's item, you know? But like to get it from one specific store, like that's just
especially
balls.
GameStop.
Yeah.
Fuck GameStop.
I mean, I guess.
I don't buy
I
games
just
at
bought
GameStop.
some stuff from GameStop last night. I was okay with it.
Yeah, I don't like games.
Because I was looking for this game forever and I found it.
Which one?
Klonoa for the Wii.
I don't know what that is.
Klonoa?
I don't know. Klonoa.
It's a Namco game. He's got he's black and white.
So in other words, it's Japanese,
Japanese, so
and
it's
probably
good.
not actually very good.
Chop! That's my new thing. I say chop. Oh.
Well, should we wrap it up?
What?
Our wieners with condoms.
Dang, I want to wrap it. You know what? Our last podcasts have been very long podcasts. I think that we should wrap it up.
Yeah, let's keep it shorter because most people don't have 4 hours to listen to your podcast.
And I'm telling you...
In fact, I haven't even listened to the episode.
Fuck
2 all the way
you!
through.
Chop. Well, because I don't know. When I listen to podcasts, I listen to them over the course of multiple days. Like I listen to them when I'm driving to and from work. That's a half hour each way, and then I listen to them.
Yeah, and that's fine sometimes, but sometimes 3 hours is too long.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? We're about. Well, it's not going to matter because I'm going to edit it. But edited it.
Or we're going to.
Wow, we've been drinking. It's going to be under an hour and a half because I'm not even there yet. So yeah, about an hour long. That's a good time to stop at the podcast. Listen, guys, please forgive us for just blabbling on because we did not have plans for specifically what we were going to say, but we did.
But if you send in suggestions,
that will help.
To let's get 047
Help
at
us.
gmail.com.
Hey,
then we'll know what to talk about next time.
Let's get 047. That sounds so weird. Let's get 047 at gmail.com. Go on there and tell me what you think of the podcast. And
question number 1: what's the 047 for?
All right, well, if someone sends that, I'll talk about it. And so, question and answer time, and also if you want to talk about things.
Don't send us your answers. Or do, and
can't.
we'll try to come up with the questions.
Let's get 047 at gmail.com.
All right. Well, should we say goodbye?
I don't want
Or
to...
do we just turn the mic off?
Okay. I'm just kidding. Hold on a sec. I'll leave you with this thought. That was real. Okay. So I farted.
Please leave that in.
Well, because I farted so close to your face, dude. It stinks in here. Sorry.
To our younger listeners, yes, you can be this immature at 30.
Yeah, fuck it. All right, guys. Thank you very much. This is...
Let's get...
Damn, I was pointing at you for your name, son.
Andrew
and... You gotta point at me. It's weird, Eric. Let's get...
Don't hit your expensive mic.
Okay. Everybody, thanks for listening. This has been the first portion of a series of podcasts about what's going on with new games, but we're looking at them because we're old gamers. I think that's a catchy title.
Old. Next time, we'll talk about video games.
Well, we did this time, fucker.
Yeah, and we'll also talk about video games next time.
Okay, dang, I want to play it. All right, guys, thanks so much.
Perhaps we'll have a real topic suggested by a listener.
Hey, we can't wait.
At let's get 047 at gmail.com.
Let's get 047 at gmail.com. Good night. I love you. Goodbye.
That went better than I expected.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Tonight, did I say that weird?
No.
Why did you look that way?
It sounded weird to me. I've had beers.
Oh, okay.
Things are starting to be funny.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, good, because we're going to need it. Because we're going to need all the help we can get in that department.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot what I was going to do.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. No, I know, but I always well, I changed it. The first one I said, welcome to yet another first ever episode. And the reason I did that is because we had done multiple first episodes prior to that one. And then the next one I was like, let's just do it again. I was like, welcome to the first ever second episode, So let's just not do that anymore.
First ever third episode.
I'm not going to keep that going. I got to change it up. Yeah.
That could be your thing. Huh?
It was going to be my thing, but what?
You don't think it's a good thing?
I don't know. People might be like, okay, you're obnoxious. Okay, so fuck it. Welcome to the... Fuck that. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Alright, fine. Welcome to the third ever episode of Let's Get Podcast.
What have you been eating?
Some bullshit. I've been eating some bullshit.